This is the Week 14 Fantasy Football Preview of the Carolina Panthers at Philadelphia Eagles, brought to you by Fantasy Football Time. Follow us at Fantasy FB Time on all social media platforms. Looking at Week 13, we had the Panthers getting the loss last week, and a close one, winnable against Tampa Bay. They had a winnable game against Kansas City the week prior, so we love to see them playing. They're actually fantasy playable now. Bryce Young getting 25 fantasy points in probably his best game of the year, almost 300 fantasy or 300 yards for one touchdown and 17-yard scramble on the ground. Chuba Hubbard, yeah, he's usually the one that you can count on. Only 2 points this last week. Thielen coming back, looking great with 8 catches, 100 yards and a touchdown. David Moore, only 5 catches. Same with Xavier Legette, only 4 catches. Tommy Tremble, I bet you had him penciled in, right? 10 fantasy points for 5 catches. Philadelphia Eagles getting a win against Baltimore. Saquon Barkley doing what he needs to do, getting 19 fantasy points on the day. Same as Jalen Hurts with his 1-yard touchdown pass in the air and 1 on the ground. AJ Brown doesn't do a whole lot, only 5 catches. DeVonta Smith was out with a hamstring injury. Dallas Goedert, 11 fantasy points, 3 catches and a touchdown. But we have some bad news for Dallas Goedert. He is now on the IR and done for the fantasy season. We'll talk about that in a second. Panthers are a huge underdog on the road against the Eagles. Eagles 12-point favorite and a pretty good over-under. So if the Panthers can play like they've been, you can play, I would say, Hubbard, Thielen, and Legette are probably realistic. I would not stick Bryce Young in there. But they have been playing well. So let's give them a roll. I know that you are desperate for options on bye week again in number 2. So here we are with Eagles defense last 3 games, holding Baltimore to 19, 20 against the Rams, 18 against the Commanders. They are tough to score on. I think we're only going to get 1 to 2 touchdowns. So let's just hope we can get some yardage here. They put a ton of pressure on the quarterback, 11 sacks in 3 games. Philadelphia Eagles have Hurts, Barkley, Brown, DeVonta Smith, Dallas Goedert, as mentioned, out with a multi-week knee injury. He will be back potentially for the final week of the regular season, but that should hit after the fantasy season and, of course, their playoff run. He did this I don't know if it was last year, or he did this in one of the end of season things as well. You're hoping to get him back for fantasy, but not happening this year. Panthers defense, don't sleep on them. They did hold the Buccaneers to 26, 30 to Kansas City. Giants to 17. We know the Eagles can run amok, but 11 sacks, 5 turnovers. So don't sleep on that Panthers defense. They will cause you some pain, but I still think we're looking at 3 touchdowns or more for the Eagles. Thanks so much for watching. Follow and subscribe at Fantasy FB Time. Welcome to Week 14. God bless.